Hello and welcome to a new video review, this time about the Sightron S3 competition 36x45 ED. The company Sightron was founded in 1993 in North Carolina, United States, and the parent company of Sightron, which is called Kenko Tokina, is located in Japan. Both of them have a really long tradition in optics. So Sightron about 30 years and Kenko Tokina an even longer tradition, which goes all the way to 1957. Sightron also owns two production facilities, one in Japan and one in the Philippines, and all of their products are completely made in-house. So all of their products, all of their production is in-house and nothing is outsourced to other companies. In the Philippines, only entry-level and mid-range products are made, and in Japan only premium products. The scope I have here in front of me comes from the S3 series, so it is a premium Riflescope. It means it is made in Japan, and it is a true bench rest Riflescope. Why? Because it has a very big magnification of 36 times and it is fixed, so you have no other magnification. So it is only for precision target shooting on from a bench. It is completely made out of metal. It is completely recoil proof, so you can use it only on very strong recoiling calibers like the 50 BMG. It is filled with nitrogen, so you can use it in very cold environment and you will get no internal fogging. It is waterproof, so if it rains on the scope, it doesn't matter. It has 381 millimeters in length. And what is very interesting is that it is extremely lightweight. It has only 581 grams. A colleague of mine used this scope also for F-class target rifle shooting, where you have a weight limit of your equipment. And only with this scope he came under this limit. So I think this is worth mentioning, that if you have a very heavy gun, it is you can consider also this optic. The tube diameter is 30 millimeters. The objective diameter is 53 millimeters, which you will need for calculating of the height of your rings, and the objective lens is 45 millimeters. The price of this scope is approximately 1,450 euros, and it has a 10 years warranty. The reticle in this particular scope is the fine cross, so a really thin reticle with no dot in the middle. And all in all, you have two variations available for this scope, the fine cross or the target dot. They are very similar. The only exception is that target dot has a small dot in the middle. Illumination, there is no illumination for this scope, which is normal for such a scope, I would say. Now for the construction. As I said, it is completely made out of metal. And the eyepiece rotates as a whole. So for the adjustment you can rotate the entire piece here. It is very fine adjustable, so you can really fine tune the reticle. And you have this counter nut. When you adjusted the eyepiece to your eyes, you can lock the eyepiece so it doesn't move anymore. So it is completely fixed on fixed, and you don't have to worry when you're taking the scope out of the back or out of the case. Main tube is 30 millimeters, and on the left side you have the parallax adjustment. The parallax feels very smooth, and it goes from 10 yards all the way to infinity. As you probably noticed, you have really a lot of rotation available of the parallax, so you can really easily fine-tune the scope to a given distance. The turrets are capped, so these are target turrets, and under these turrets are very well made turrets, so target turrets. What is special about this turret, or about this scope as a whole, is that it comes with 1/10 or 0.1 MOA per click, which is quite unique on the market. So with one click the reticle travels for only 2.9 millimeters at 100 meters, which is extremely precise. Normally on such scope it's 1/8 of MOA or 3.5 millimeters at 100 meters. The internal elevation of this Riflescope is 50 MOA, which means you have a lot of rotations available, because in one rotation you have 5 MOA of travel. So you have 50 or 10 rotations available with the turret. Like this. So it is a multi-turn turret. Under the turret you can probably see are lines which indicate in which revolution you are currently in. They are very tightly together because you have only 5 MOA of travel in one revolution, which is normal, and the 0 is in the middle of the scope, or in the middle of the elevation. So the scope is designed to be used without inclination, because if it's 0 MOA in inclination, the turret will be approximately in the middle. If you use 20 MOA, let's say, of inclination, so that you can use more of the travel of the scope, the lines don't match, because then the 0 will be under on the lower side of the elevation, about a 2 approximately. Now for the clicks, as you can hear, the clicks are very audible. They feel very good, are very positive and very tactile, so you can really easily feel every single click. It is very easy to make only one click without overdoing, or if you want to make one click, it's not possible that you can accidentally make 2 or even more clicks. So the turret is really good. Zeroing is also very easy. You just have to unscrew these 3 screws on the turret, this and this one, and when you make about 1 revolution of the screw, the turret rotates freely, so then you can adjust so that the 0 is facing forwards, and then just screw the turret or the screws back in, or just tighten them. So very easy zeroing. It does not have a 0 stop, so you can go under the 0 even when you zeroed the scope in. And now for the Windage Turret, you have 2.5 MOA of travel in each direction. 2 in each direction is marked, so 2 right and 2 left. I think you can see it from this perspective. But also this turret is a multi-turn turret, so you can easily make multiple revolutions if you need more. The zeroing is completely the same as in the elevation turret, and the internal adjustment of the Windage turret is also 50 MOA, so completely the same as on the elevation. Okay, I think I covered everything about the turret, or about the construction of the scope. Now for the optical performance, as Sightron is well known about, they have a really great price to performance ratio, and it is the same with this scope. You really get a lot of quality in for the price, for approximately 1,450 euros. Optical performance, magnification 36 times, lens diameter 45 millimeters on the objective. The scope has no tunneling effect, and the field of view at 100 meters is 1 meter. The eye relief is 91.4 millimeters, so the distance from the eye to the scope, and it is quite forgiving, so you can move a bit near or away from the scope and you will still have a really nice picture. The image quality, as I said, very good for the price. Edge to edge clarity, great. Also the color accuracy is really good, and yeah, as a whole the optical performance is great. Now, what do you get in the box with the scope? First of all, our Riflescope manual, where you'll find everything about the scope more in detail. Then the scope comes with flip-up covers, a sunshade, a cleaning cloth, and a hex wrench for zeroing of your turrets. Okay, now for a short summary. First of all, the positives. Great build quality for the price, so price performance is very good. Great optical quality, very good clicks. I really like the clicks on this turret. They are very audible, tactile, and the zeroing is extremely easy. Next is the extreme precision with 1/10 of MOA, which is really quite unique on the market. The parallax is really fine-tunable, and lastly, the scope is very lightweight. So if you have a weight limit, I think this is the great scope with such a low weight. Where do I see some room for improvement? Maybe on the lines under the turret, because the zero is in the middle. If you don't use any inclination, it's okay, but if you do use if you use the inclination, then the lines will not be aligned with the turret. And the second is that there is no mil version available with 0.05 mil clicks or even finer clicks. Now, what is the competition of this scope? For the smaller price, I think there is no real competition. And for the same price, I think the other Sightron with the 45 by 45 magnification. The more expensive Riflescope, which I think is the main competitor, is the IOR bench wrist with 40 times by 45 magnification. It is more expensive for approximately 130 euros. It has clicks in 1/8 of MOA. It is also quite more heavier, but it has a bit more of elevation. And lastly, the IOR bench rest 36x42 competition, which is again more expensive and comes also with 1/8 of MOA clicks. So I think that's all these are all which can be directly compared to this scope. All in all, I think for the price, this is the perfect scope for bench rest shooting. If you don't want to spend more for a rifle scope, because there are some much more expensive rifle scope for bench rest shooting also available. Okay, this was a short video review of the Sightron S3 competition 36x45 ED. If you have any additional questions, click the link below, and if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.